All right, let's connect. Let's see what we got for today. First live stream of 2019 coming at you. January 6th. Welcome everybody, everyone. Hopefully we have good connectivity today. Sometimes that's an issue. But here we go. All right, guys. So we're going to wait for everybody to join. Here we got hello. Hey, everybody. Waiting for everybody to join before we get going and everything. Obviously, spoiler warning if you're watching on the replay, as we're going to answer some questions. We'll talk about some stuff and some big stuff's happening here, you know. So Happy New Year to you, Tutor, and everybody. 2019 is here. Today is January 6th. So hopefully the new year is all right for you already. I know it's very early, but I'm glad to be back today, Sunday, January 6th, 2019. And we're going to talk about some things. The Walking Dead will be back in 5 weeks. 5 weeks. 5 glorious weeks. Before you know it, it'll be back. And some big news about The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, some stuff here. And yeah, so thank you guys for joining me today. Top chat, super chat, anything involved always is good. I'll be answering some questions. I got some stuff to talk about. I got some updated news about the book series, my book series today, actually. We've got a process that's much improved over that. And I'm excited for the future of this channel, the show, the Walking Dead universe, everything involved. Hopefully everybody had a good holiday season. Whatever holiday you celebrate, hopefully it was good for you. Family didn't get too crazy, travel and all that stuff. The New Year was safe, and New Year's Eve, I guess, was safe, and New Year's Day. And I had some good things up. I got to plug this in. Hold on, I'll be right back. I always forget to do this. I don't know why. All right, I'm back. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I always do that. I forgot to plug the laptop in. I try to make battery last as long as I can, and then I forgot to plug it in right because I was actually fixing and trying to adjust the new cover for the latest book that'll be out next month, and it's a whole big thing they changed, so I got sidetracked for it. But today is January 6th, 2019. Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys are excited for everything. I'm excited for the future of this. Tutor, thank you. Congratulations to me and the channel and everyone involved, and you too. Not just me, but everybody here that is a PT Peep and a supporter. We just hit 75,000 subscribers a couple of days ago, and the goal is to be that 100,000. We want 100,000 subscribers. That's our goal, because some people are like, what's the big deal for that? Because you get a silver play button through YouTube and Google, and you get kind of just a little more notoriety, I guess. But it's also, you hit a goal. If you hit 1 million subscribers, you get a gold play button. And I don't think that's ever going to happen. 1 million subscribers is pretty ridiculous. You got to be a big organization like AMC or UFC or something big on there too, or some really big YouTuber that is out there. But I'm not a big YouTuber by any means. I'm just a regular person. I'm just a person that is talking about The Walking Dead, and I love The Walking Dead and a bunch of other topics, and I like talking about The Walking Dead all day if you can. But I'm excited for The Walking Dead to come back in 5 weeks. Fear the Walking Dead, the big news with Dwight going over there. We're not sure when it's happening, how it's happening, why it's happening, but is he going to be on The Walking Dead season 9? I don't know. A lot of people are going to think no because of The Walking Dead. How could that happen, right? The timeline, the time zone, the time change, time jumps. It's just a lot of big things happening for The Walking Dead actor. Let's see what happened. Did I lose connection or is it low? I don't know. It is lagging. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. Again, I don't know why it happens. If it's YouTube, if everyone's trying to go on there too. So let me see if I can play with the connection setting for a second. I don't know exactly why this is happening, but yeah, I might have to. Let's see. Hold on. Let me start it over. Let me start the stream over because it's. Let's see if that just restarted on there too. So on there as well. So let's resume it. Hopefully we're good. I don't know what we got for the connectivity and streaming on there too. So hopefully it'll be all right and better. The lagging was causing some difficulties. Good way to start off the year, right? Well, that's how we do it. Keep it going here. But ultimately, so hopefully you guys had a good holiday season. We have The Walking Dead coming back in 5 weeks, and Fear the Walking Dead is going to get another cast member. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you're going to have the cast member of Dwight coming around. And some people are like, why is he coming around? What's going on with this? And then people are like, you spoiled it. Well, a lot of people know that. And The Walking Dead and AMC, it's no, secret to them anymore. They're setting it around. They're spreading it around Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and they even had a little funny thing with Dwight, and you see him with Daryl and this and that, and he opens up the card that was from Sherry, and it says, welcome to Fear the Walking Dead. So hopefully Fear the Walking Dead is entertaining, exciting, and to bring Dwight over, I don't think it's going to be a game-changing event, but it should make things better for the entertainment, for the show, for everything involved. And my question to you is, do you watch Fear the Walking Dead already? Do you watch The Walking Dead? Obviously, you probably watch Walking Dead, but not everybody watches Fear the Walking Dead. And this is a way to draw people over there? I think so. I think Dwight is a B-list character. He's not a top character by any means, but will it make sense? That's the other thing, too. So, Epic Zombie Killer, you stole my thunder there. I want to wish Norman Reedus a happy 50th birthday today. I know he's not going to be watching this. He's got a baby. He's got a girlfriend. He's got a million people to talk to. Instagram, parties, something's going on. But either way, Norman Reedus turns 50 years old today, which is crazy. 50 years old, killing it. Probably more successful. The most successful he's probably ever been is with The Walking Dead, for sure. And I think the idea is that he's going to be around for a long time, and I'm excited to see what happens with that. Janet, Q&A, Brian, now we know the familiar face is not Dwight, who do you think it will be? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure what they want to do. What really pertains to a familiar face? Is it someone that went away, that came back? What's the context of the familiar face? They get a little tricky with it. Gimple and the writers, they know how to kind of stretch the truth out a little bit, pull that like silly putty and be like, yeah, on there too. So not sure who's left out there. Who's left out and about wandering around? Is it Dwight that comes back for season 9? It could. It's not ruled out that he has there too. So I don't know why everybody is thinking that he is not allowed to ever film The Walking Dead ever again, or he was not allowed to film season 9 at all. I just don't know where that's come from. I don't know what it's been with the whole idea that the whole season 8 lawsuit with John Bernecker and he was there and something happened with that. Like, I don't know all the facts, and I'm not allegedly saying this or saying that. I just don't know, but I know that he was there during that filming where the accident happened, so he's connected with it. But does that make him that he can't ever film again on the show? Maybe, maybe not. But I'm excited for the possibility. Maybe he does film season 9. He definitely could. There's no reason why he couldn't. And if and when he goes to Fear, because we know that he goes to Fear the Walking Dead, when does he go? Does he go right after he went back to the house and got the note from Sherry? Daryl kicked him out, but does he stick around? Will we see him again around that? Will we see him at the Kingdom, at the fair? Will we see Negan's wives? We just don't know. There's no way to tell yet. And I know some people in here follow some spoiler groups like I do. But to me, I haven't seen a definitive answer of that yet. I haven't seen a definitive answer. There's been it's kind of funny, like really funny that there was all this talk of Austin Emilio at the Walker Stalker, New Jersey in December, right? And they asked him a question, where's going to happen? What's going on with him? He's like, I'm still alive, or Dwight's still alive, and how can this happen? And we haven't seen him yet, but he's somewhere, and he was probably going to look for his wife. That's what he wanted to do. And so that he was alive, and then a little bit more stuff came out. He's not allowed to do this, or this rumor came out that he's not allowed to film. So it's kind of like, I don't know if it's a whole big thing with that, if it's the writers, if it's Gimple, if it's Angela Kang, or if it's the writers that they were going to do it. So I know that Dwight is going to Fear the Walking Dead. But is he going to be on The Walking Dead in season 9 and then he goes there? We just don't know, and he hasn't been seen filming. But if he's going to be filming anywhere, it would probably be at the Kingdom, is my best guess. So if he's filming at the Kingdom, that's Tyler Perry Studios. That's not easy to get footage of. You can't just go in there and get anything. People have filmed there that can be an insider source, but I just said that he's a thing on there too. So yeah, Tudor, I know you're adamant about the Spoiling Dead fans saying that he's not in season 9. And yes, their track record is great, and I love them, and they're a great group and all their things too, but he could still be there. They don't get 100%. It's still a tracking. They're not 100% confirmed on there too. So maybe he is, maybe he isn't. So, but the other question is, so say he's not, we don't see him in season 9. When did he leave to go to Fear the Walking Dead? When did he go? Why did he go? Why is he going to Texas? Will he see Sherry there? Is Sherry already there? Is Sherry going to be with Morgan and the group first, and then he finds her? Or he finds her here, that then they just go to Texas, which is kind of crazy to think about it too. Like, they're in Virginia. Go to Kentucky, go to Tennessee, go to West Virginia, go to Ohio, go to something like that. Go to a closer state. Or, stop at South Carolina or something. What are you doing? Like, going to go all the way to Texas? Go to Florida. Come down to meet my crew in Florida, What's up with that? But I don't know. We'll see. It has to play out. Tudor, comic Q&A. It's kind of odd that Kirkman placed Carl on that mission. Maybe Rick will die before issue 200, and Carl will have to see it in order to develop and take over. So, great comic question. If you've read the latest issue about it, the latest 2 issues, some big stuff happened that had a lot of people worrying about Daryl and the show, and I don't think it's a legitimate gripe or worry because Daryl's not in the comic, and it's just difference for that too. But the fact that Carl is going to the Commonwealth, that's a big thing too, and we're approaching issue 200, and something big, something major has to happen on issue 200. We're in issue 187, so we're getting there. They got to be setting things up. So maybe Carl goes to the Commonwealth and meets someone else there, something there. But I don't know. After Rick doing this, I just don't see Rick dying that often. But maybe he dies in 200. Maybe Carl dies in 200. Maybe that. But I would think Carl is the future of the comic. We can't have him dying there too. So could be happening for sure. What you got? Big Sexy Q&A. How are they going to make sense of him going to Fear? So I don't know. That's the big question, Big Sexy, about how Dwight's going to get there, why he's going to get there too. I know Austin Emilio is from Austin, Texas, so he's probably like, yeah, let's get back to Texas. Austin filming. Yeah, let's party. Good time. Austin is a cool city if you've never been there. I definitely enjoy it. It was fun. You should go check it out. It's a little crazy. Keep Austin weird is their slogan. So if you know anything about that, that's pretty crazy. So I'm excited to see how it plays out. Will it make sense? I don't know, because I believe Walking Dead is a great show. Fear the Walking Dead is only having its 5th season because of The Walking Dead. It's a spin-off show. It's a show that never wanted to be connected with The Walking Dead, and then they're like, this show doesn't really have a chance without it being connected. It doesn't really make sense. It's kind of this, and even though season 3 was pretty good, half of season 2 was pretty good, half of season 3, so half of seasons have been pretty great, or pretty good, I would say, not even pretty great, but I don't know if it makes sense for him and Sherry to just be connected there too, and then what's he going to do? Just hang out? I mean, Morgan and Dwight don't have the biggest connection, but maybe they have it too, so yeah, they're like, at Grandma, like peanut butter and jelly. Funny. But ultimately, guys, I'm excited for it to see how it plays out. I just want to know what happens with the future of the show, the series. It's good stuff. All we can do is discuss it and break it down and analyze and then see where it goes. I'm excited for it too. So, projected lineup. Why has there been so much negativity? I saw you mention, I don't get it. So what do you mean projected line negativity wise? Do you mean it negative because of Dwight leaving or this, or what do you mean by negativity? Because negativity can mean a lot of different areas. I'm just not sure where you mean exactly the negativity is. Valentin Sporowski, Q&A, do you think Fear will have a comeback? I hope so. I hope Fear gets really good. They need a villain, though. They ultimately need a villain. They need a villain that drives the show, good versus bad. I just think that it would make sense for Fear to do something with Dwight. Either he does some major game-changing moments, or he becomes a villain. We already have the good guy of Morgan. So do we need another good guy? No, we need a bad guy. We need a bad guy for sure. That would be kind of crazy if they're getting the villain of Dwight, because that would be a major remix of things, because it already is. Morgan's still alive, which he isn't in the comic at this point. There is no Fear the Walking Dead. Dwight is connected with a whole different area, whole different realm. So pretty funny. So protected line, I mean, you say people are giving negative. Well, no, just people are just negative in general. People complain about complaining of the complaining about of the complaining, and it's just like people complain about me in my videos and that, and it's probably because we're getting more successful and we're reaching more people, and that's what people do. When you reach more people, there's going to be more complainers out there too. But the complainers are a small group compared to the people that support me and the people that I enjoy doing this for. If it got too crazy, then or too much negativity, then I would just stop doing it. But I'm excited for everybody to join us on this ride for big stuff going forward, and I think we have a lot of fun here, and I enjoy doing it still. So the negativity is a small thing, but being a human being, you can't really help it too. It's one of those things where like, enough with this stuff. And I don't know why people are coming from YouTube to my Instagram and complaining about something that has nothing to do with it on Instagram about a video or something with that too. But just what people do. It's just and sad that that's what people do, because none of it's been like, oh man, things are great, compared to how much negativity it's been around too. And I mean, there's been way more positive things than negative things, but it's just tough to deal with some negativity from time to time. But it just makes me stronger, keeps me going, makes me want to prove the haters wrong. It's good motivational force. Janet, Q&A, Brian, do you think that they're going to doing these crossovers to eventually bring the Survivors of Fear to the main show, and that will be the end of Fear? Well, I think they're doing crossovers to make that money, baby, make that cheddar, because you got to have The Walking Dead from October, then a break, February to February, March, April, and then a little bit of break, and then you'll have the Fear the Walking Dead, then a break, and then Fear the Walking Dead, and then The Walking Dead, and then a break, and then The Walking Dead, and then you're going to mix some movies in there too. A little Rick movie in there, and a little this. You're making a little AMC soup in there, making that money, that revenue going around. I don't think that they want to have Fear eventually come back with The Walking Dead, because you're bringing people from The Walking Dead over to there to do that. And I don't think they're really trying to do it so much for story. I think it's just marketing, because Marvel's got it down the best. And I guess Disney has it the best now too. You have a character movie, character movie, character movie, character movie, and then Avengers. Everyone together. Character movie, character movie, character movie, and then a group together movie like that. Boom. You have separate, together, and then having that thing. And next thing you know, it's been 10 years of awesome content. The Walking Dead can be the same way. And AMC wants The Walking Dead to be a franchise like Star Trek. Like Star Trek, Next Generation, this one, that, this, movies, reboot, that, reboot. Like they want so much stuff going forward because it's a franchise. It's a money-making franchise that makes a lot of money, does a lot of things too. So I'm excited for it. But to me, Fear the Walking Dead has been a misstep. It's not been good because it was like they kind of rushed it. They could have done anything they wanted in the world, but we have to follow the Clarks and their dysfunctional relationship. And Madison, who had no emotions whatsoever, and then you get to like some of these characters and then kill them off, and then they go do other projects and other things. They could have done such a better thing with it, and it could have been great. And now they have to, stitch up the wounds that are there that require sutures, but they're trying to put Band-Aids on them. And I just don't think it's working. And that's my opinion. But I'm just excited to see The Walking Dead, the back half of season 9, the Whispers, Alpha, Beta, Lydia, the Highwaymen, if it's true, if RJ's around, Carol, Daryl, the flashback stuff. It's awesome again. Like, to me, it's just one of those things where I'm like, man, I'm excited for it. So Mike wanted to say thank you to me after I wrote my books. He inspired me to go ahead and try to write an idea, and he got for a zombie book. Exactly, Mike 35. And that's what you want. I want to inspire, motivate, do things for that too. And to find out, talk about negativity and haters, if you ain't having a goal in your life, if you have no aspirations, or if you have nothing going around, you have no reason to be around on this earth, you're going to hate the people that do. You're going to hate the people that are successful. You're going to try to be like, they don't know what they're doing. They're stupid. They're this. They're that. Well, why don't you write a book, start a YouTube channel, get a career, become a doctor of something, go get a grad school degree, go get some other thing in your life, and do something successful in your life, and you'll see how difficult it is, and walk in someone's shoes, and you can do it. You can do it. I did it. You can do it too. And when I was in school to be a physical therapist, I went to undergrad and took a year off and then went to grad school. There was people that were older than us that went back to school and got their degree to be a doctor of physical therapy. There's people that go back to be nurses, anesthesiologist assistants, physical therapist assistants, whatever, radiologists. It's whatever it is, you know? So that's kind of cool to do it too. So, Mike, yeah, if I ever need a military consultant for books or videos, I've been in the U.S. Army for 18 years. Definitely, Mike. I actually have an idea that I've been working on secretly, a secret project, a prequel to my book series now that's going to be heavily involved with the military and everything there too, because that is something that's involved with the story. There's the military involvement with the Fight for Us series, but also the prequel series that I've been working on there as well. But I'm excited for everybody to do big things, whether it be here on the channel, whether it be their own life, whether it be whatever you want to do. I'm excited to hear things that you guys are working on. I know people that went back to school and they went to be hairdressers, or this degree, or that job, or something there too. And it's a great thing. I have respect for people that work hard, especially people that want to do things, big things in their life, and they put the effort forward. There's nothing better than working hard, reaching a goal, satisfying something, accomplishing a goal, and working hard at it and achieving success. That's great. That's what life's all about. Education, learning, continuing to grow and go as we do, whether it be mind, body, soul, anything too. So pretty cool stuff. Just like Mike being in the U.S. Army, my stepbrother was in the Army. I've been to West Point several times. I've been to a lot of different things. I have the best respect and just great viewpoint and ideas, and just really the view of the military, Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, everything involved. And I love that, and I love those characters being in there for sure. So I think that they need to be involved in the zombie apocalypse for sure, and they are in my book series. That's why I loved Abraham. Abraham's one of my favorite characters. I love Michael Cutlass as well, because he was just an outgoing, charismatic, gregarious type person. Julia, synopsis. I have like the on the back of the book covers on there too. You can go to Amazon. You can check out what the books are about. They give a description of it. But yeah, I need to work on probably synopsis, putting it somewhere that people could see. But basically, it's a zombie apocalypse tale of, the main character is Ryan, and it's really his 4 friends. That's what it is. That's what the 4 is. Fight for us. It's Ryan and his 4 friends about it too. Or Ryan is included in the 4 friends. There's kind of a meaning behind it too. So it's fight for us and fight for US. There's kind of a double meaning for a lot of things with it too, for sure. So, but I'm excited to see what happens with the channel, with us going forward, but also Fear the Walking Dead. Like Boyd's great question here. Do you think the familiar face could be Proctor John? I don't think Proctor John will come to The Walking Dead. I don't know. So the familiar faces, I just don't have an answer for. I just don't know anything behind it. I just don't know who's out there that needs to come back around, because Negan's not a familiar face that was gone. He's going to be more involved for sure. But I just don't know what they're going for as well, for two. Poison, do you think Morgan will be cast into the Rick movies? That's a great question. I don't know, because the movies are going to be the Rick Grimes movies, the Ricky Grimes movies, the Rick story. So Rick is going to be involved with probably all 3 movies because that's kind of what he wants to do. Andrew Lincoln has said that the story is going to open up the Rick Grimes story. Could be worldwide. I don't think it would be worldwide. It would probably be like the States and maybe Europe. But you never know what they want to do. I know that a lot of people had questions on the last Walker Stalker cruise to Robert Kirkman about the idea of having The Walking Dead in London or in Europe at least. Maybe France, maybe someone there, because they did mention France a couple times on the show. Someone said, I don't even remember the first season of them mentioning that, but there's a lot of fans out there in the UK and everywhere else. You could film in Georgia and still make it look like the UK and everything too. There's a giant studio called Pinewood Studios. That's where they film basically every Marvel movie now. They can film and they can use that there. That is right there in Georgia, very close to where they film in Raleigh Studios and in Sonoy and everything there too. So it's very, very different for the possibilities. But I would assume they're going to film in Georgia because of the tax breaks and everything for sure. So Romel Brown, what kind of music do you listen to? I listen to everything. Depends on my mood. If I want to listen to classical or rap or rock or pop or whatever, it depends. If it's the holidays on there too, it's one of those things. Grape Tomato Girl at the PT channel, has it been confirmed that Sherry is still alive? Not that I know of. I don't know any confirmation that Sherry is still alive in the universe. That would be pretty crappy though if Dwight spends all his time going to find her, and she's not alive, and that would kind of suck. But this is the world of The Walking Dead, and we don't get happy endings and happy stories. That's so terrible. But a good connection with certain characters after a while, or you get to learn certain characters, and it's just not always the best for sure. So, at Poison Cake, he shouldn't have to make a separate channel for his books. People should be supportive of all his work. That's true, Abby. I agree with that because this is a channel for... there you go, Poison Cake. Maybe create a new channel just for your books and keep The Walking Dead separate. I'm just going to put everything on this channel, thanks, though. But I'm going to put everything I want on this channel, and it's for sure. So, RBF Calf, are you still playing No Man's Land? Yeah, I played a little bit yesterday and a little bit this morning. I've given it a break, though. But No Man's Land, I just did that, what was that thing with the Blizzard stuff where you get the winter stuff? And I didn't get a lot of those things because I didn't play enough, but I'm excited to get back playing No Man's Land. Hopefully you guys are taking you play No Man's Land on, Apple or Google. But Protect the Lion, how was your comedy taken? Sorry, I missed the last shows. It's okay. Some people are saying that my comedy is not comedy. It's just observations and talking. It's more of like a get to know you. And it's kind of like that too. So it's kind of a trial and error right now. I have a lot of comedy ideas, comedic things. I think it's just the delivery of it being on YouTube versus stand-up comedy. I don't have an audience in front of me, but it's one of those things that I have a lot of bits and a lot of things that I think are pretty funny and some experiences. But to me, comedy is all about storytelling. It's a story or an interpretation or an observation that you saw or made somewhere. You saw something or something happened to you. Like, I have a funny story that my wife went to tanning yesterday. She does the spray tanning, and there's a whole funny story about that. That's just got to be something I got to talk about too. So is it comedy? Well, it's a story, and you might think it's comedic. But, some people just hate everything I do that's outside The Walking Dead, and people just don't really like that, too. Grape Tomato Girl, I have it done. I have the Stingray video. I made it a while ago, so when I'm going to post it probably later today. But, yeah, I had the Stingray video made from the Florida Aquarium, and it's not like a dancey kind of funny video with the otters, but it's a nice video, and you'll see something pretty crazy in there too, where a fish kind of collides with a stingray, and it's pretty crazy. I got it right on camera there. I'm going to post it either today or tomorrow for sure. And I got a bunch of other videos for coming up, and I just started playing PlayStation 4 again. I played Infamous Second Son. And it's definitely like the other Infamous games, and I love that. I still have the idea, and I really wish I could make it. So if any of you guys know somebody, or if you can make it, we can work together and split the profits of a zombie apocalypse open world game. That would be awesome. I just think it'd be a great thing. That's why I'm excited for Days Gone, that it's supposed to come out in April, but it's definitely a different kind of situation. But an open world zombie game in the city, it could be money there too. So it'd be like a Spider-Man Infamous type thing in the city, but zombies, and it's a whole big thing that I have an idea for. And it could be, my Fight For Us game. That would be pretty awesome. But it's an idea, so we'll see. Maybe the characters can get it done. But thank you, Protected Line. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love all you guys on there, too. It's definitely one of those things where I appreciate everybody's input, support on there, too. I definitely, it keeps us going and growing for sure. So, Fear the Walking Dead news is pretty crazy. They're filming right now the first half of Season 5. We're going to be back in 5 weeks for The Walking Dead. And then we'll have 2 episodes and then the cruise. And then I'm going to be on the cruise that Sunday of the 3rd episode of The Walking Dead. So I've never missed an episode because of the cruise, because it was different timelines. It was before the cruise. The cruise went on before The Walking Dead returned for the second half. So it just kind of sucks that I'm going to miss that, and I'll have to be rushing back when I come back on the cruise for it. But that'll be, end of February. So that's not a while from now for sure. But Louis, how long are each of your books? Well, they vary from, I think the first book is like 226 pages or something, and the last book I'm finishing now is 245 or 246 pages the last time I counted. So they're anywhere between 220 and 240, 220 to 240 pages for sure. So, excuse me. Christy, Fear is filmed in Texas. Fear the Walking Dead is filmed in Texas, around Austin, and a couple of different cities around there too. I'm not really up to more filming of, not knowledgeable of filming that much of Fear, just because I don't really follow it that much from the Spoiling Dead fans and the other spoiler sites. But Fear is filmed in Texas, and it's pretty good. So, Protected Line, you don't have to. If you miss a video, they're all online all the time, so you can watch it on there too, and I appreciate you guys checking out the videos, and that's support too. So I posted a recent video when we hit 75,000 from my patrons. It's pretty cool that people support me that way, but also you can support by liking, sharing, getting your friends to subscribe if they think they'll like the channel and everything, and being involved that way too. So support is done in a variety of ways, and I appreciate everybody support. That makes everybody do a good thing, and it makes us want to do better and better and better and provide a good quality, channel for you guys with great videos. Because I hate going to a video and clicking on something and it's a terrible video with a person's terrible voice and the content doesn't make sense, and you're like, man, I don't want to watch this about, Marvel or something or whatever, what I'm trying to watch. And I'm like, I love certain channels and they do it well, so then we try to be right on par with them for sure. So let me see, Brian. Sorry, Tutor. Brian, what if Comic Aaron will die from that crew and that would be remixed for the show? Well, I think that the show and the comic are going to be separate, and they've been different for a while now too. So I don't think that the latest big death is going to come to the show for a long, long time, if ever. I see Aaron being around for a long time. I mean, so this season alone, the first half, we lost Maggie, who's not on the back half of season 9. She should be back in season 10, but maybe a limited role. So she didn't get killed off, but it's a limited role. Rick gone from the show. I guess Mark, Ken, we lost Ken. We lost Gregory. We lost Ken. We lost Jesus. We lost some big characters from the show, whether they left or they weren't. But since we lost Jesus, we can't lose Aaron now, right? I mean, that would be crazy to think that we're going to lose some of these characters on there as well. So, Poison Cake, you should do more on season 9. You hardly mentioned it. What are you talking about? I got tons of videos for season 9. I make so many videos about season 9. What do you want me to do? It's on hiatus, bro. Like, it's videos that I'm making of videos talking about the whole back half of season 9. I have a whole video that talks about different parts of different episodes at different times when we're going to see Alpha and this and the Fair and that and the Highwaymen. And what are you talking about? I got a million videos for the season 9. Back half, first half on there as well. So you make no sense. But that's what people do. They complain. Not enough information. Too much information. This, that, over there. It's like, what are you talking about? So Janet, Q&A, Brian, do you think there is more likely to be killed, Gabriel or Rosita or both? Great question, because if you know the comics, you know that Rosita and Ezekiel are taken out in the pikes. Will that happen? There's been a rumor that it won't. At least one of them will survive, potentially. And I think there's going to be remixes of that. There was definitely remixes of the Whispers, how they were introduced, how they were talking, how they were doing. You know, it makes sense that some characters will live, some will die. Some that were involved with the 12 in the Pike lineup will definitely be involved. Like, I still think Tammy Rose is definitely going to be a goner because they talk about her a lot. We're going to see her more and more. And we start seeing more and more characters. Start seeing more and more about a certain characters in the back half of season 9 is going to be a big thing when the Pikes show up. So we're going to lose some people in episode 15 and 16. Tudor Q&A, what if the Help Patrol found Dwight in his sister's state? Daryl told him to never come back if he wants to live. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Daryl would kill Dwight, but they're not going to see each other potentially, so we're not going to see that. The bigger question is, well, how is Daryl going to interact with Negan? Because you know that's going to happen. You know Negan is going to definitely be involved with Daryl this back half of season 9 because I hate saying it if you know the comics, but excuse me, that's where it's going to be. If The Walking Dead continues on with the comics, you know that Negan has big interactions with Rick, but Rick is gone. So will he interact with Michonne, Daryl, or Carol, the big three? Because they're going to be on for a long, long time. They're the big three for a reason. They just signed contracts. Hopefully, I know 2 of them signed contracts for 3 years. So is that 3 more seasons? Is it 2 seasons and a movie or 2 movies? Is it all 3 movies? I can't wait to find out. And it's kind of cool that we don't know because we want to know. I mean, everybody wants to know and this and everyone wants to know that because I just know that The Walking Dead is interesting again. Very interesting. And people are excited to not know the spoilers, to not know the information, to go in week after week after week, to go in blind, you know? Like when I watch a movie, I don't want to know everything about it. I want to just watch the movie. And I know that some people like watching The Walking Dead again, and they don't want to know everything for sure. So I'm excited to see what happens with Lydia, Alpha, Beta, the crying baby, the Highwaymen, Henry, the Pike lineup, the fair, the blizzard that is coming at the end of the season. It's going to be cold, wintry, snowy. So RJ, you know, some people are interested in RJ. Some people are interested in Judith. And Wizard something is going on right now in New Orleans. It's the 4th, 5th, and 6th that it's going to be the last day of that. But there was a lot of big celebrities there for The Walking Dead, and Jason Momoa was there, and a couple people there too. But Kaylee Fleming was there, who plays Judith, Jenna Elfman, Tom Payne, Michael Cutlass, Austin Emilio, and a couple other people from Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. And it's just pretty cool that Kaylee Fleming is getting the love that she deserves for being an awesome actress on the thing. And she hasn't really done that much great things on The Walking Dead. She's only been in a couple episodes. But I'm excited for the future of her, too. I'm excited about Dog, too, as well. Tudor, does Dog live? And I caught it on the marathon. He calls Dog also boy. Come on, boy. Come on, boy, he says several times when they're trying to divert the walkers away from the graveyard and everything too. And he calls them boy and dog as well. So there's no name. And will Dog ever get a name? Projected line, big question. You ready? What percentage of the U.S. do you think is still alive at this point of the virus as of season 9? Great question. Well, if you would go by statistics, it would be probably less than 1% would still be alive. Because it's been several years of a zombie apocalypse viral outbreak. And for my book series and really the prequel series that I've been working on, I've been looking into it percentage-wise. It's not good if it was ever to happen. And the fact that Rick and the gang and Judith and everybody are still meeting people, like Magnus group, that would be highly unlikely at this stage of the game. Excuse me, at stage of the game, because it's been so long, and they were like, older people. They weren't born into the apocalypse like Judith, RJ, Maddie, or Addie, Eddie, and Gage, I think is his name. What's going to happen with them, Are they going to be is any of them going to be in a Pike lineup? Lydia, I guess she was, alive before the zombie apocalypse. But I just don't think the statistics would really be good for survivors. Negan's mayo sandwich. Q&A, Brian, what if they kill Henry off and give the story to Daryl? I think Daryl's getting a lot of the story. I think Daryl is getting a lot of he's getting the Rick story, some of the Maggie story, because Maggie goes and talks with Alpha, and that's what Daryl does. And I would like to see Michonne and or Carol talk with Alpha at their camp instead of Daryl, because I think they're going to do a little diff of that. They're going to have Daryl be a little bit of Rick's story with Alpha, and hopefully, it depends what they do. The bigger question is Negan. What's going to happen with Negan? And we can all think and hope that Beta is about to kill Daryl and Negan saves him, or Daryl kicks the crap out of Beta, which is highly unlikely. I just think Beta would just destroy Daryl in a fight. What if Daryl loses his knives, and that's how Beta gets his knives too, Because Daryl has those big knives, and they were a point of emphasis. In the comics, Beta has big knives too, because it kind of looks pretty awesome, but I don't know if they're machetes or if the same thing on there as well. So, let's see, Tudor, what you got? Q&A, Brian. Snow in the finale means winter. That means that we will have another time jump for season 10. Great question. I would think so, because if we're getting probably episode 16, maybe 15 as well, 15 and 16 could have snow. We're going to probably have a time jump at the start of season 10, because the snow would all be gone. And I think they're really pushing the envelope with the snow to be coming in, and it's probably just going to be in those 2 episodes. But it's about time we got snow on the show, right? Snow on the show, That's got to happen, right? I'm excited to see how it goes down, because it's kind of cool to have that environment on there, for sure. Omicron. How old is Lydia? Like 16? I think she's 17, 16 or 17, I think, too. So perfect age for her and Henry to get together and be together, which I think that's fine. I know some people want to see Daryl there, but Daryl to me would be more of like a father figure, would be more of that too. And maybe that's what Aaron was talking about. You'll be a great dad one day, because maybe you'll be the father figure to Henry or Lydia or somebody, right? Or maybe the baby that Connie gets when the Whisperers leave, But it's like, why do you have that baby there with you? What are you doing with that? Why'd you bring that with you? You're like, I don't know, I got to bring this baby with me. And the way the Whisperers are, how did that baby still survive? Just because they're not the type of people that really take people in like that or really deal with that stuff. So, but hey Maria, how are we doing, everybody? A bunch of people just joined right now. Thank you for taking the time this Sunday, the first Sunday of our live streams for 2019, January 6th, 2019. We'll be doing more and more of them. Hopefully you guys watched a little football last night, or you'll watch the games today. The playoffs are upon us. You got the national championship game on Monday. It's Clemson and Alabama for the 3rd time. Who wants to watch that? I'm probably not even going to watch it. But I'm excited to see more news. There's supposed to be something big, guys, at 3 o'clock on Facebook from The Walking Dead. A video that something to do like turn you around or turn your mind or turn something. So we'll see what happens. Is it going to be a small little teaser trailer? Is it going to be just on Facebook? Is it going to be on YouTube? Is it going to be a lot? Is it going to be big time? I'm excited to find out. So hopefully we'll find out in an hour and 16 minutes on Facebook. But I posted a reminder for that on our PT channel page, our Walking Dead community page, and our Walking Dead community group, our TWD community group. And if you guys aren't members of that, if you want to definitely do that so you don't miss out, you're more than welcome to. It's on Facebook. And I'm excited to see what the hoopla is about because I want to see if it's worth the hype, if it's building the hype up too. But 2019, it looks awesome, guys, for entertainment. We got so many movies. I got 8 movies that I want to see. I got Game of Thrones final season. My wife and I started back watching the first season of that. And it's so much better now that we know the names. We know what's going on. We can expect things. We saw foreshadowing and everything there too. Because the first time we watched it, it was like, man, I got to figure out who this person is and that. It was kind of confusing too. So I'm excited to see Game of Thrones. Stranger Things will be in July. Punisher will be back on in 12 days. And movies. We got Captain Marvel and Avengers and Star Wars and Lion King. And, I know a lot of people are excited about Godzilla, but I'm not the biggest Godzilla fan. I know some people are. Julia, I know Game of Thrones is working on a prequel series on HBO. I don't think it's going to be movies. I know it's going to be something. I would think it's going to be involved with, Robert Baratheon and Toy Story 4, for sure, trilogy. Robert Baratheon and Ned Stark and Targaryens and, the battles there. Hopefully we get to see all that too, for sure. But I got my Walker Stalker cruise coming up next month, the final cruise. And it sucks that it's the final cruise, but all good things must come to an end, right? And I'll have more videos for that. Everybody that's been on the cruise before is coming again, except we have Andrea, the governor, Jerry, and I think that's the newbies that are coming on there. But I'm getting a picture with Jerry and King Ezekiel because they're awesome. And I've already got a picture with King Ezekiel, but I was going to get a picture with Jerry, just Jerry. But I was like, let's do the duo with Jerry and Ezekiel. They're together, right? That's got to happen to me. You got the Kingdom on there too, and they'll probably have a panel together, which they're great. Negan's mayo sandwich, Q&A. Brian, do you think Negan would decapitate Alpha since it's a big part of his redemption arc? I think so. My money would be yes. I also think that they may give that to Daryl, but I think that has to happen, right? And if they want to bring some fans back to Negan, or some people to like Negan, I don't think people are going to like Negan if they were Glenn or Abraham fans. There's just no way coming around it. They were like, all right, that was pretty cool, but I still don't like that guy. I could see a lot of people saying that about Negan. Tudor, Q&A, Brian, do you think that Dwight could have a better purpose on Fear? Every person from the main show hates him or doesn't care about him. He never had big relationships on the show compared to comics. That's true. I mean, the only thing I could have thought they could have done with Dwight is had his gathering the saviors to come save the day in the Whisperer War. Someone's got to do that, right? Maybe it's Oceanside, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, but I just think that something big has got to happen. Another group's got to come save the day. Travis, Q&A, I meant, what if RJ isn't Rick's kid? It'd be Rick Jr., Rick Jr. Jr. if it were right. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Michonne was with anybody else. That's probably, Michonne would know that too. I think Michonne still loves Rick. And it's still funny when you think about it too, that Michonne hasn't been with Rick in over 6 years. Still misses him. Still somewhat out looking for him. Goes to the bridge, out, talking, and is upset. Rick was dead for a month, maybe, in her mind. He wasn't dead, but he was in the hospital for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month at the most, and she was already with Shane. And maybe Shane was pushing the envelope, but that was very telling. Laurie versus Michonne, right? It's kind of funny. But what you got? Cute. I'm going to go for about another 10 minutes, guys, and then I got to cut it and get this Sunday fun day going on. But Julie Moose, Q&A, how soon will Alpha be taken out? That would probably be season 10 at the earliest. She's definitely going to survive season 9. And season 10, I think Alpha would be gone if they continue with that. JD Channel, sup? Hawaii Cute, Q&A, what characters are confirmed on season 10? None right now because we don't know who survives, but I would assume Daryl, Carol, and Michonne. Probably Judith and Maggie. She's going to come back. And that's all I know for confirmation. But, I would assume Sadiq and Eugene and people like that. Father Gabriel potentially, maybe Rosita if they do that too. So that's a good point, Tudor. Maggie could come save the day. Maggie, Georgie, the twins, people from that community could come save the day during the Whisperer War. And that would be an epic introduction where someone's going to get taken out and they're surrounded by walkers and whispers and this and what's going to happen. And all of a sudden, Maggie comes, saves the day with Georgie and the twins and some new badass characters. That would be awesome. That would be freaking great. Season 10, if Maggie's coming back around. Angela Kang, if you're watching this or somebody there, make it happen. Make it happen. That would be great. Connor Jordan, do you think Michonne will find Rick at Commonwealth like her daughter in the comics? Great question, Connor. Everybody asks that every couple of videos or in the comments of videos or in the live stream. I think so. I could see Michonne going to meet Rick, and that's the connection, the Commonwealth connection. Even if it's not the Commonwealth, it's another group. I think that makes sense because we all want to see Rick and Michonne be reunited, Rick and Daryl be reunited, Judith, RJ or something, and Rick's like, who's this little guy too, or he knows immediately that RJ is his son or something. He starts crying, that tear comes down, and Andrew Lincoln, big performance. That'd be pretty cool too. So I'm excited to see how it goes down, and the future of The Walking Dead is bright. The movies hopefully will be awesome, and I hope that I could see The Walking Dead or AMC making The Walking Dead movies be limited to AMC Premiere for a while. If not, that's the only way to watch them, because they have an AMC Premiere service, and they're like, it's $5 a month, which isn't bad at all, but it's one of those things where you're like, they can get you that way. And AMC is about making that money. Like I said, it's all about strategic marketing and making that money for sure. I could see them doing that. They're like, you want to watch these movies? You want to watch them first? You can watch them first. Get AMC Premiere. They probably do the watch it first thing and then put it on AMC. They definitely got to make it available to everybody. We all want to know what happens there too. So, yeah, little Herschel with a little gun. He's like, because you haven't seen Herschel since before the time jump, so he's got to be older too. So if he was like 1, maybe 2 at the most there before that time jump kind of situation, he'd be 8 years old. He's taking out people. But Janet Q&A, Brian, do you think the Pike scene will happen in episode 16 as a cliffhanger or an early episode? Well, the word is, Janet, that it's going to be in episode 16, but it's not going to be the way the episode or the season ends. There's going to be some other things that the Pikes will happen, and then the group goes to Hilltop for some reason. But I would think the shelter of the kingdom would be better for the Hilltop because it's indoors. The Hilltop is all open besides the trailers and the Barrington house. And maybe the kingdom is destroyed. Maybe the boilers and the heat and stuff don't work. Maybe that's what they were hinting at the beginning because of the kingdom had problems, and Henry was supposed to learn the ironworks, and the way to fix the kingdom. He was supposed to learn how to make stuff and be there and go back and take his knowledge from Earl and the blacksmithing and learn how to take that trade to fix the kingdom. And if he gets killed off, then there's no one there to help it, right? Or to fix things. So then they go back to the Hilltop for some reason because everything's in disrepair. And they clearly made it evident that the kingdom is falling apart. So maybe some people stay, some people don't. Or, because the Whisperer War is going to be big for Alexandria and Hilltop. The kingdom doesn't really get involved too much. I mean, they do, but not the actual set and the arena of the kingdom and the school. So, Tudor Q&A, what if this is the deal scenario for the finale? Carol can have Lydia, but Daryl needs to stay at the camp to keep the peace. Then Negan will join the camp in season 10 and take an Alpha together. I mean, I don't know. We just don't know what's going to happen. Daryl, well, Henry's going to get taken out potentially, and Carol's not going to be like, yeah, let's deal with this, because Carol takes ownership of Henry. So Henry getting killed is going to piss Carol off. And what if Carol's the one that kills Alpha? It's not Daryl. is not Negan, because everybody knows the comic that Negan kills Alpha. So the show is going to want to have remixes, right? So to me, the remix would be Daryl. That's an easy one, right? But what if it's Michonne or Carol? I would like Carol personally. I think Carol, that'd be a thing for Carol to do, because you don't mess with Carol's kids, and when you do, you get taken out, baby. Carol don't mess around. That's why I love Carol and Melissa McBride. We got here, we got there. Next sword I can get. Yeah, Brian. Mike, what do you mean? Next sword you can have. Okay. You can have, Brian. Sword, what you got? You got swords? I got a sword. I got a real life samurai sword. That's Ryan's sword on there too, in the in the book series. It's my real sword that my wife bought for me. You know, I don't even know now, 5 birthdays ago or something. I've had it for a long time. Boyd, Q&A, do you think Dwight's intro on Fear will be like when he resurfaced on The Walking Dead, only he will be saving someone? I would think so, Boyd. That's a great question. I would think that he comes across someone and he's got the same thing with the same gun. Does he steal a crossbow? Does he take the Kingdom's crossbow? He's got to have a crossbow, right? I mean, that's kind of his iconic weapon. He needs to have something. But I could see that. He was introduced a certain way, and they love to replicate things like that too. I think that makes sense. Grape Tomato Girl, Q&A. I'm watching The Walking Dead over again with our 15-year-old son. Morgan comes at Rick saying people walk around with dead people's faces. Did Morgan already meet the Whisperers, or was he just messed up? That's a great question, Grape Tomato Girl, but people brought it up a long time ago, and I think it was foreshadowing of things. I think that he was just messed up. I mean, I doubt that was so long ago, too. I mean, there was a 6-year time jump, a 1.5-year time jump, and then all those years in between. The Whisperers would have to be around for, so 6, 1.5, 7.5, maybe over 8 years. And I just don't see the Whisperer group being around for 8 years. That's a long, long time. And maybe it was the initial thing in Georgia. Remember, they're in Virginia, so maybe they were just nomadic and they walked from. That would be crazy, though. Georgia to Virginia, they walked there, but they could have. I just see like Negan and the Whisperers and the people around D.C., Virginia, Maryland area just being crazy after this too. And that's what they want. The Whisperers are a group to be like what happens in the world of The Walking Dead and the zombie apocalypse as time goes on. So, yeah, I think it's season 3 actually is when Morgan goes crazy and they go back for the guns to fight the governor. Carl, Rick, and Michonne. I've actually been in that apartment on one of the tours and been around the area, and it's a pretty awesome thing. It was one of the Atlanta movie tour stops. I think the Big Zombie Tour number 2 goes there, and it's pretty cool. They try to have replicated some of the painting on there, how crazy he was on the show. But yeah, Morgan definitely says that. Janet, Brian, do you think the Highwaymen are aware of the Whispers? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know if... I would say no, just because of the big thing, the reveal to our group that was there. Maybe they do now, but I think Season 9, Episode 9 picks up at the end of Season 9, Episode 8, and they pick up right where it is. So I don't think there as well. Corey, my man Corey. But Corey just got here, I think, but I'm gonna have to cut it there, guys. Let me answer a couple more questions and take it there because because of this guy right here, Poison Cake. Hopefully, you'll be more creative with your videos this month. Lately, been boring. Well, you find out information of a show that's not that isn't on television right now, and you keep it going for a month or 2 months and see how well you do, right? And boring is a matter of perspective, and just for that, bro, I'm just not going to deal with this crap. You reached my breaking point with it because I try to be interactive and talkative, and that's probably my problem. That's probably part of the problem. That I try to portray it and have a big thing where I'm talkative and have everyone's opinion and get to learn from it and go from it on there too. But then you got people like like that. They're like, you're boring. You're this on there too. He's probably one of the people on Instagram that are just hating on there as well. But let me answer a couple more questions here. Radian, What is going to happen to Negan after the Whisperer War? Don't know, because he kind of goes on his own. He kind of saves the day and helps out, and then he's gone. We didn't get to the Whisperer War yet, so I would think that he'll probably kind of just go on his own again, potentially. Or maybe he goes to meet Rick, and he go and wherever Rick went. That would be kind of crazy too. What you got for questions? I want to end on a good note. Besides, people are just posting some hateful, dumb stuff. Like, why would you come here and say that? Yeah, I hope your videos are get better because you're boring on there too. It's like, you would never say that to people. Would never say half of the things they say to me online to my face. That's for sure. It's just hilarious. Tutor Q&A. It would be cool to have Walker from Fear part of the Cowboy group in season 9. That would be kind of cool. I would love to see Walker, Crazy Dog come back around. I would want to see people just be involved that we saw before. The Proctors, Crazy Dog, Daniel Salazar, Troy somehow, if it's going to be videos on there too. So for that. But what you guys got? Any more questions here? So exactly, Deborah. Why are some people like complaining about watching a video if it's boring? Why do people keep sticking around? And I say that old adage. I recently just watched. I'm going to end on this note, guys, too. So I watched a thing about Walt Disney and his life, and when he died when there was the Mary Poppins when it came on the movies, and I watched a thing on there too, and they had the line from Bambi and said, if you don't, when they're like, the Thumper's mom like scolds him and says, now Thumper, what did your father tell you? And he said, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. And I don't think people are living that anymore, because that's how I was raised and how I get it too. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Just keep quiet. But now every day people want to say everything and say this, and you're going to listen, and that's it. And you're going to listen to what I have to say, and that's it, right? Well, not here, not on my channel, not on my Facebook, Instagram, not on my social media. That's for sure. So, Louis Martin, last one. Do you think Negan goes in Michonne's house to find Lucille or to get revenge? I think it's just to find the bat. I think Negan is looking for Lucille. He knows that Michonne has to know where Lucille is, right? And he's looking for Lucille because that's what he wants. He's not a cold-hearted psychopath, even though that's what a lot of people think of him as. He just wants Lucille and to be on his own. And I want to see him be reunited with Lucille. I want to see him fight Beta. I want to see their interactions with Alpha and everybody there too. So there you go, guys. I'm going to finish it there. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. We're going to have more videos of it. I'm going to have my Stingray video. I'm going to have a couple more things. I don't know whether to call them sit-down comedy talks, or get to know PT, or getting to know me. Getting to know me, PT, I don't know what to call it, but I'm going to have more stuff like that. Hope you guys are enjoying them. It's a look into some things in my life on there too as well. But thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for joining me this live stream, Sunday, January 6th, 2019. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. Thanks, guys.